We are going to go step by step on how to place the tumbler, how to measure the tumbler, how to create a keychain, how to cut a keychain. So if you are starting or thinking about starting with a Wecreat Vista, here is the video for you. Hola, my name is Betzy. I create projects, ideas, and inspiration for you to find the best brands for your laser engraving, sublimation business, or just to craft. Today, we are going to use the Wecreat Vista. This is a diode laser that is 10W. I'm gonna make another video where I go step by step on other projects or what you can do with this machine. But if you have any questions, don't forget to ask. I am always here to help. So this is the 10W Vista from Wecreat. Right now I am using the diode laser head, the blue light. This head is interchangeable, so you can change it to the infrared head, I should say. But today we are only using this to create two projects that I already show you. We're gonna go to the software step by step so you can do your first project, or you have any ideas. There's many tips that are gonna be inside this video. So let's go to my computer. So we are here on my computer, and you see me looking on the side because my monitors are on the side. My camera is in between my two monitors. I have behind me the Make It software from Wecreat. This is gonna be a basic go around software. If you see something that you would like to know more, let me know in the comments, because I am here to answer your questions. I go through my comments, and that's where I usually get my ideas for videos. So this is the Make It. I haven't done anything. You can see some images at the bottom, but I'm going to show you how to put the image in the system, how to change it from laser flat to the rotary. So let's get started. And I'm also going to show you how I measure my tumblers. So let me just hide myself for a second so I can show you something. This is I have my Vista in display, so you can see later how I'm going to place the tumbler too. So let me hide this too for now. So here we are in the software. When you open the software, it's going to look like this. To add an image, you can either go File, Import, or Import down here. The same way you can open a project that you already saved. So if I want to import something from here, let's say I want to import this SVG, I just import it and it's in there. So I already import something here. This is a vector and SVG2, and this is what I'm going to engrave over my tumbler. So first thing is that you're gonna add your image, of course, and second, you need to change the process that you're gonna use. In this case, let's say that we are going to engrave on a tumbler. You go up here and you change it to laser cylindrical. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do the other way, like for wood, but let's start with the tumblers. So this is laser cylindrical. This is going to look like you cannot do anything because you haven't added the perimeter or the diameter of your tumbler. As soon as you input this information, everything is going to open, because it's telling you, okay, there's not enough space because you have 0.12 inches available in your tumbler. That's not enough, so we had to adjust that. To adjust that, I use this handy dandy ruler, and all these links are going to be in the description below, and this is very affordable. I think it's less than $6 for two of this. Cannot live without it. I use this. Some people use the diameter, I use the perimeter. And this ruler, or any ruler that you have, as a matter of fact, this is the perimeter, okay? This is the diameter. So for the perimeter, it's about 9.9 1/4. Okay, so I go down here. Okay, 9.25. And as soon as I input that, as you can see, it opened my space, telling me, okay, you had that space for your tumbler. If I put this in here and you look closely, it's almost the exact measurements of that space, telling me, okay, this is how wide your image should be, so we are good to go. If I go up here, it says 9.14. That's how long my image is, which is correct because we just input this information, which is how long or the perimeter of my tumbler, if that makes sense, that goes around the tumbler. Okay. Something very important is that you need to take in consideration how tall your tumbler is, because you need to make sure that your image is going to fit vertically and horizontally, right? This image is not that high, it's going to engrave correctly because it's not that high. If I take my tape measure, I go here and I check this is about 8.25, and this image is, how tall it is, 6.95. So this is going to be enough for me even to put a name at the top if I want to. That's another lesson. This is just going to be basics. So that looks good. Okay, so we have our image and we have the measurements correct, and now I'm gonna turn on the machine to connect it to and place the tumbler. Okay, but let's go and do that. And let me turn on that camera so you know what I'm doing there. The machine is on, and before you turn on the machine, make sure that your rotary attachment is connected. Don't turn on the machine without the rotary attachment if you're gonna use it, because the machine needs to register that is using the rotary. So if rotary was connected, then I turn on my machine. I'm gonna place my tumbler, and here, let me show you what I'm doing in here. You can see this. This is a new rotary attachment from Wecreat. I'm using the metal prongs here, and they brought these little pieces, and I just put it over them. If you don't have this and you have the older one, you can use the prongs and find some kind of rubber items to hold your tumbler. I like this one because the new rotary attachment had this in the back, on the back. So when I put my tumbler, it's gonna go against that part, and it's gonna be. And I missed one. Did I miss it? Oh, it's going all the way around. And it's going to go against that wall, and my tumbler is going to be straight. I'm missing one piece here if I need it. And make sure for this tumbler that is level. And it's level. I may not need this. I already put it on some. Here's a tip. I found that this moves, so I put a little bit of tape or something that avoid the skid. Put it underneath, just in case it rolls. And I don't move the tumbler. I move the rotary to see that it's moving correctly. And my base has some kind of ink Okay, so it's going correctly, so that's good to go. Gonna keep it open because the Vista needs the lid open to out of focus. Let's connect the machine, and here is another tip. A lot of people have been telling me that they have problems connecting their machine. I have a Mac computer, and this happened to me, so I want to show you what's happening to me just in case happened to you. My Mac drops the connection of my machine every time. So what I do is that I go, and instead of connecting it from here, as you can see, I have the 3 machines in here, the 10, 20, and 40. If I try to connect it from here, it's not gonna work. So every time I need to connect the machine, I had to go through the add process, Wi-Fi, and connect my machine. You can see it's there. So if this is happening to you, that's the workaround. I hope that Wecreat can fix this, but so far this is how it works for me. If I try to connect it from a previous connection, it doesn't work. I have to add it every time, and then I just go here and delete the old one. So that's not a biggie. So it's connected. You can see that it's connected with the green dot. I'm gonna hit refresh, and we're gonna be able to see there it is. So now we can see the tumbler. I'm gonna refresh because I also found this glitch. If you found this, let me know in the comments. You can see that you cannot see the top of the tumbler, and yesterday I was able to see the whole thing. Sometimes it's not refreshing correctly, so just a heads up. So I'm going to use the pink tumbler, and I'm going to check those settings to make sure. Okay, so that's the second thing. Settings, don't forget your settings. And sometimes you have to test. Sometimes the settings are related to the engraving, the color of the tumbler, you say. Settings and the color of the tumbler. Pink sometimes doesn't work with blue, sometimes doesn't work with white, black. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So you have a tumbler that is brand new, that you have never test, you may need to sacrifice one. Sometimes it's not like that, because I have very good luck with these settings from Wecreat. The differences are from machine to machine. I have been having a lot of differences between the 20 and the 40, but the 10W has been almost perfect every time. I haven't done any tumbler that I had to mess up with my 10W. Okay, so let me, did you see that? It changed the perimeter. I don't know why, but it did. Did I hit something? Maybe not, I don't know. 9.25. Let's see, this is correct. Yeah, it looks correct. You see? Now I can see the top. You see that glitch? It happened in front. I'm happy that it happened when I was recording. At the beginning, you couldn't see the top. Now you can see it. That is a glitch that happens a lot of times. So if you feel that your image is not correct, don't send your project. Check the camera, they do a research, a refresh, go out and eat again, because this is a glitch I've been seeing this week. Maybe at the time that you're watching this video is fixed, but you just saw what happened. So we have the perimeter, we have our image, we have our settings. Let me share those settings, because I think I used another settings before, and there's our settings that I use. I use 8150. Let me see, they are the same. I made this. Should I change them or leave them the way they are? Let me see this. I did this color, but I may like this color now. I'm gonna do this one. 110. Oh, that's low.
the lowest the speed, the darker your engraving. The higher the speed, the lighter your engraving. I did one and it looks like this. It didn't take a long time. Thinking maybe it's too hard. Let's take this one. So you're seeing that I'm playing with this anyways, and I'm gonna adjust the density to 145. Okay, so we have our tumbler, and you can zoom in, move it with this little hand over here to be able to place the image as close as you can to the top part or bottom part of the tumbler. I want it there. Okay, I think that looks good. Now I am going to the machine. I'm gonna try, you can do a 3D preview here, and you can see that it's gonna be pretty close to the end, the beginning at the end, on the end of the engraving. And you can change the color here you want to. I don't think that's it make a difference if you want to see different colors. And then I can hit start, and this is telling you to make sure about the parameters or settings. And I would like to see a framing. Sometimes the framing does not work depending how close the laser head is to the sides of the machine. So I'm going to close my camera and show you the one from the machine. So when I hit frame, let's see if it works this time. And it worked. But how you can tell that is going all the way that you want. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to use a dry erase marker, and I'm going to mark the beginning. So when it goes around, I can see the beginning and the end. I'm just going to make a mark and hit frame it again. Start here. Exactly there, go all the way around. So it's exactly starting and ending where I want. So that's good. And in this screen, you can see that it's telling you that it's going to take 51 minutes and 49 seconds. Make sure that is what in the screen is what you want engraved. Sometimes you have pieces in your canvas that you don't want to engrave, and you see them here, go back, and then you can, let me go back so I can show you. Let's see that I have this circle in here just as a reference, but I don't want this to engrave. If you send this right now, it's going to engrave, or it's going to engrave this part. So just take this part and hit ignore for processing, and it's going to ignore this part. Okay, let me not ignore it so you can see it. As you can see, it's going to engrave this and the oval. So I don't want that. Take this, either delete it, or you can select ignore for processing. So before sending, I like to save it just in case something happened, a power outage or something like that. Another last thing, your engraving is going to start from here, there. So if you want this flower to be exactly in this part of your tumbler, then move this there, and then your engraving is going to start where it's supposed to be on the tumbler. I hope that makes sense. You have been watching my previous videos. I was making a mistake to put my design to the right of the software because I was using another software that is like that, and this is the opposite. The engraving is going to start here. Let me hit start, and I'm going to see again to check if the bottom of the tumbler is going to engrave where I want it. and it's good to go. Sorry that I put my face in front of the camera. So I'm gonna send this. I'm gonna close the lid, and we're gonna engrave this. So process is complete. As you can see, it says complete in here. And I'm going to show you the tumbler right now that it engraved the color that I chose on the system. Let me hide this part and put this bigger so you can see the other camera. Because I chose settings that were lighter, you can see it before I move this. So here it is. Completely engraved. And as you remember, this is the color that I chose in the system. That was a lighter color, it was not the dark gray or the black. And it completely, I had to wash this line, is part of the line of this from another tumbler. I need to clean it up because as you can see there's some residue there. This was the black mark that I made. I forgot to clean it up before engraving. So I hope that helps. And as you can see, let me see if I can find the starting and end of this. It was this small starting point, end point. So you can see it's exactly, they're almost exactly there. This is the space that I left for this sign. I hope that helps you. I'm gonna give you, let me remove the Wecreat attachment to show you how to engrave on wood real quick. So remember, let me put this smaller so you can see. Remember to save your project. And I'm gonna close this because I need to disconnect the rotary attachment and turn off the machine so it can recognize that I'm gonna do the laser flat. Now you can see machine is ready. I remove the rotary attachment and flip the laser head. I'm gonna close the software. I heard that you don't have to close the software, but I like to do so. We are going to test something else. Let's just do my name, something very simple. Let me change the font. I don't like that one. That one is fine. I'm going to take this font and I'm going to weld it. I'm going to fill engrave. I am going to do an outline, an offset I should say. It takes the whole thing. That looks good. Confirm. So the inside is going to be engraved, the outside is going to be cut. And I want to do a keychain maybe. Let's do a keychain. Take a circle. Let me see how big this is. I want it smaller, maybe 2 by 3 or 2.5. No, it's 25, 2.5. Okay, that looks better. And then I'm gonna do the circle. There's a glitch that I don't like about make it is that when you it's hard to move stuff to get the cross I'm gonna put this in here, kind of, maybe smaller. You see, I cannot move it the way that I want it. And then another circle. As you can see, I cannot get the cross. Hate that. So what I do is that I do the circle, and I want it about 5.25. I move everything here. That was good. Should be thicker, but just for an example. So I'm going to take the ellipse and the path, and I'm going to merge them. Okay, that looks good. And then I want this ellipse to cut, but I want them subtract. Okay, there you go. I have a piece. It's going to be a keychain. I'm going to make it out of wood. So let me get a piece of wood. Like this one. This is from Wecreat. I wanted this color. And this is a little bend, so I'm gonna do something heavy over it. Don't go too high, and the laser head maybe over them. You need to make sure that your material is over that red dot. This red dot. So as soon as if register is over the material, it's gonna auto measure the material. The thing is that I want to cut this part in here, so it's not gonna be the same. So before I forget, let me turn this smaller so you can see. Let me cut. The machine shows that it's connected with this green dot. Let me refresh it. Okay, here is our keychain. I'm gonna tilt a little bit and do it in that space. I don't want to waste material. And the material is this one, is correct, 3 millimeters, but I want it a darker. So for that, I'm going to take the name, and I want to choose maybe this one. Yes. And for the cut, it says 105. I'm going to do 4 to make sure that it cuts, and I think it's good to go. Let's start. It's telling me that it's going to take 3 minutes and 38 seconds. But I need to hit send, because if not, I cannot do it. Okay, there you go. It got burned a lot because I changed the parameters to go slowly, that's why it was like that. And this is a color, kind of the same color. Think about this, you can take those burn marks with alcohol or adjust your settings. Let me see if I can grab some alcohol so you can see the difference. So I'm trying to always wet my hand. I always have this handy dandy bottles of alcohol, and I clean, if I can do it with my hand, I can clean those burn marks before don't do it right away, because if not, it's gonna get still keep the burn marks. As you can see, it's gone. So that's an example of how can you cut and engrave like I showed you. I hope that with this video you had an idea on how to process the tumblers, measurements, do a keychain right away. These are steps that are almost the same for every project. So my best advice is to always start small, and remember, practice makes progress. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, and if you speak Spanish, there's another playlist in Spanish. This video may be in Spanish too very soon. And if you have a question, let me know so I can answer you with a video or answer you right away. See you again very soon. Adios.